that's about, oh, we had what they call the Angio Express. And that was a huge gun mounted on railway. And they'd back it in the mountain, and when they went, and they would take it out and shoot, try to hit us, you know, and then they would back it in the mountain so airplanes couldn't get it. And,
oh, like in a tunnel?
Huh?
Like in a tunnel?
Uh-huh.
Oh, gotcha.
And the rail served as a recoil.
And that Angio Express, I didn't see it, but they claimed a bullet one day hit a Piper Cub in the air, and the Piper Cub just disintegrated.
Wow, how big was it?
What, the Piper Cub?
No, the round.
Oh, it was huge. I don't really know.
I bet you just something like that.
It had to be big.
Yeah.
And see, they used Piper Cubs to spot different Germans, and when they'd shoot a gun, why whoever was in that Cub would pick them up. They could pick the flash of the gun up. And well, I don't know. We was on the Mussolini Canal for I think about a month, and 20th day of May we pushed off for Rome, and that's the day I got hurt, and I lost my whole platoon in probably 20 minutes.
How big is the platoon?
About 20 men.
20 men?
And I saw the guy that shot me. But when I fell, my gun clogged up with mud, and if I'd have shot it, it would blow up too, see. But there was a big smoke shell lit between me and this guy. See, back then they'd smoked down the whole area, and that's the only thing kept him from shooting me again.
How long did you lay in the field?
Huh?
How long were you in the field before you were picked up?
Well, I didn't lay in the field. I was able to walk. I got up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got up and walked, and I got back to the old Red Cross place where they picked me up on my own. And then they took me to hospital, and of course they operated on me, you know, in a tent. And, one of the officers will come along after my operation, and the way they give us a Purple Heart, they just threw it on the bed to us. Nowadays they have a big, you know, and I was in the hospital there 17 days before they sewed me up, and back then they couldn't sew up the gunshot wound. Had to let it drain. And the biggest surprise I got, though, was one day a guy come in and asked me, he said, "Have you been processed?" And I said, "No." And I still had bandages on my back. And I said, "Well, I'm not going back to the front now." He looked at me and he said, "No, you're going home." And I didn't have any idea. I thought he was lying to me, but they put GOI on your papers. It meant zone of interest. And I was on a hospital ship in about 45 minutes. Had all the milk and everything I wanted to drink, ice cream, everything. I don't know whether I remember anything. Well, I was company carpenter at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and I built fly traps, and they would punish guys that did things, make them dress up in full uniform, and go to the latrine and fill their canteen with water and take it and pour it on the flies, keep the flies cool. And I've had them dug 4x4 holes and bury cigarettes and then cover them up. And Gunga Din, who was Gunga Din?
He was a British in India.
Well, there's something about Gunga Din. They caught guys that slipped away from companies when they was out on maneuvers, and the company commander come along, and 2 or 3 of them was walking back trying to get back in the company, and he picked them up, and I forget Oh, they made them punch a punching bag for 4 or 5 hours every evening. And, hell, they do everything for you, you know. But when I was supply sergeant, though, at Fort Knox, they'd give us the hindquarters of beef, which is nice steaks, and we'd give them to our favorite kitchen. And that way we could go in and eat anytime we wanted to. And of course, that only lasted basic training, see, until we got chopped out. But Fort Knox hot, oh God, it was hot. And I think I went in the Army on March the 2nd. I'm not sure, but I think that's the date. And then I come out on September the 5th, March the 2nd of 43. And I got out of the Army in September the 5th of 44.
And did they fly you home? Because you went to Naples, right?
No, when I come home on a hospital ship. And we landed at Newport News, where I told you the guys thought about jumping the fence and swimming in. And from there we went with a train.
Well, would they have done very many complete Atlantic flights then?
No, I don't think so.
We
all went to ship. I went on a Liberty ship. See, the CBs run most of the ships, the Liberty ships. And, God, I don't know how many was on the ship I was on. But it took us about 20 days to go from, I think we shipped out in Newport News too. But they went certain ways to get away from the torpedoes or the
main shipping lanes.
Yeah, and submarines.
Yep, U-boats.
And the ship, the hospital ship we come back on, that water was smooth as glass all the way back.
Huh.
Just like this out here.
Huh.
But we had about 20 days. Nowadays, even the ship would make it, what, 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, probably.
You see, they had certain routes they took.
Well, yeah, because the U-boats they were looking at, German U-boats were always looking at the commercial shipping lanes.
Of course, submarines then was hard to what?
Diesel.
Diesel?
Yeah. That's what a U-boat was a submarine.
Diesel's underwater?
Yeah, they carry on board air supply so they can run them. That's why you'd have to come up and get a new air supply so that your motor could run.
Yeah, I run a poker game in one of the replacement camps, and you lay a blanket down and soldiers to gamble, and we drug so much every once in a while. And I sent your mother more money home than I made. And they would seal cigarettes with paraffin, and we'd cut the end open and take all the cigarettes out and fill it with something and seal it back and hand it through the fence to the ties. And they'd give us $5 or $6 for think there were cigarettes in there. And of course that didn't last long, they'd find it out.
Figures out.
But Italy is a little streets, you know, and you couldn't ever pass a car on some of the streets. They had little cars in.